Hey everyone, I'm Jeff Howe alongside Karen Garigian. We're here at Gillette Stadium where the Patriots have completed their first practice of training camp, and as Vince Wilfork said just after the workout, the season for the Patriots has officially started.
This first practice is in the books. We're going to go in and see some things we did pretty well and we probably didn't do pretty well. And at the end of the day, it's not good enough. So we have a long ways to go. So I'm not going to sit here and say how great we're going to be or how this person look. No, it's a building process, and right now we're in that building mode right now.
After this practice, 3 key observations. Number one, let's not get creative. I mean, it was Rob Gronkowski. He was out there, counted him out there for about an hour and 15 minutes. He watched the rest of the workout. He did not participate in any defensive drills or line up against the defense. He sat out, I think it was 3 7-on-7s and then all the 11-on-11 work. But he was out there for the majority of the rest of the drills, leading the way in some cases. I mean, regardless of how much he did or didn't participate, the fact that he was out there was huge for the Pats.
Yeah, I thought that was very significant. And, and early on, I saw him go up against, other tight ends in kind of, not tackling drills, but blocking drills, and he looked very good. He didn't seem to favor his knee or look like he had any problems at all moving on it. We saw him with Tom Brady working privately on routes and passes. He was cutting well. I mean, I think it's a good first step. It's a good sign going forward that he's at least comfortable out there and participating.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't as much as the conditioning as just sort of maintaining him and making sure he's not doing too much too soon with the fact that he took the last, 45 minutes to an hour off. But like you said, the private workout with Brady, going through the route tree after practice. So at least it shows that his conditioning is at a decent level, or where the Patriots probably want it to be, and they know it could continue to get better. One other thing that just popped into my head from the practice, he was off to the side of the field with Brady and a handful of receivers during some special teams drills, and one of the first catches that he had from a Brady pass, he had to leap into the corner of the end zone, and he landed not awkwardly, but in a way that was like, all right, a guy coming back from an ACL surgery, you might not want him landing in that sort of way. Was completely unfazed, kept going, got back into line. So again, a landing that could have been a little worse than it was, but Gronk handled it fine.
Yeah, I want to say, look, they want to be careful with this guy going forward. Caution is very important. They don't want him to get hurt again. They want to bring him along slowly. But as I said, the fact that he's participating, he's with the team, he's doing some drills, and he's looking good in the drills. He's partaking, he's with his teammates. I think, again, a very good first step.
And number 2, from one big fella to another, from Gronk to Wilfork, who showed almost no limitations, which was kind of surprising considering how they kind of maintained him throughout the off-season workouts and minicamp. I mean, he looked good. He said afterward he felt good.
Right now I feel good. I'm practicing. I'm excited about being here, and I'm going to keep that excitement.
He figured at some point along the line he's going to have to go through a little more training and recovering and so on and so forth from the Achilles, considering the body type and the position he plays. But for the time being, he said he was happy with how he felt.
Well, it's stunning to me, but I guess it shouldn't be stunning. Wilfork is an amazing athlete for a 350-pound or however much he weighs guy. He was out there from drill to drill, that I noticed, running and leading, the defensive linemen from place to place. He's just, it's staggering to me that again, a big man with an Achilles injury could be ready this soon or ready at all. Because I know some people who had to retire with this injury, and he looks like, he's going to make it back and make it back in a great way.
Hopefully I'm picking up where I left off before I get, but, I don't know. Like I say, I try not to think about it, and that's me. The future, you never know what happens in the future.
We still have to see him in contact. We still have to see him in the preseason. We have to see stress put on that Achilles. But so far, beyond our wildest imagination for him.
Absolutely. And number 3, we'll stick with the stars here. Tom Brady looked really good. I mean, he had maybe 5 to 8 passes into the back corner of the end zone with very little space, good coverage, that he dropped on a dime. I mean, Josh Boyce caught one, Kenbrell Tompkins caught two, Michael Owamanu-Inui caught one, Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola in tight spaces toward the front of the end zone. Every throw that Brady had to make, he was making them.
Yeah, it's almost like there had been no gap of time between minicamp and here. I mean, these guys, Brady seemed to be very much in sync with his core group of receivers, and that was good to see on day one. It's not like they have to work. It looked like they had to work out kinks. The timing seemed to be down. Brady was very much on target, and the receivers were in the places that they had to be, unlike last year where you had, again, a lot of these first-year guys not in the right place, running wrong routes. You had Brady taking guys aside and like physically putting them in places and showing them where they had to be, showing them where their arms had to be. This looked like a much more cohesive product on day one.
You have to be able to put it together on the field. So, and the stepping stone from that is now. It's camp. It's the start of camp. You can't look at last year. You can't predict in the future. You can only go about now.
Absolutely. I think a good start for the Patriots, and for more observations on Gronkowski, Wilfork, Brady, and the entire team, you can read our coverage on the Blitz blog, in tomorrow's Herald, and everywhere else.